great.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
That's
good.
a strong start.
$200.
You're going to get that to the point where it covers the rent. That's the dream.
Yes.
That's the Patreon
Completely
dream.
the dream.
I've been doing the math of how much to cover my
Me
rent.
too. I think
Yeah.
about that all the time.
Got to join that Patreon. Are we on?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
on.
What's this podcast called?
Rough week.
You got to join that Rough Week Patreon, baby.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
That's hard starting the Patreon later than the podcast starts.
We started it, about a year-ish in.
All right.
Yeah.
Just because we wanted to figure out how to produce it and make sure people even liked it.
We wanted to make
before.
sure, it was good.
But
Yeah.
then you're raising the price from free to something. That's the biggest jump in the world.
Yeah, but
That
you're giving
is.
them all this stuff.
We gave them 2 extra episodes.
We give them 2.
2.
Yeah.
What? A week?
Yeah, we do one together.
Slow down.
Yeah,
I know.
Not necessary.
3 a week. Yeah,
We're trying to beef it up for
We're trying to be
them.
workhorses, dude.
Yeah.
It's it's all right. It's weird doing the Patreon.
Yeah.
I got my own podcast, James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan.
Check it out.
Yeah.
James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan.
sure you
Patreon.
subscribe.
It's out
Yeah.
now. Like and subscribe. I don't
You
know.
do it solo a lot of the time.
It's easier than working with somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I could never.
Oh, it's terrible to do. I mean,
Check it out, though.
people manage to do. Who? Bill Burr did
Burr,
a
Tim
big
Dillon.
one. Tim Dillon is famously. Tim Dillon will have a little man there sometimes chuckling on the side.
Yeah.
So at least he's not alone in the room.
But Tim calls me like almost every day, and when he calls you, he just does a podcast.
Yeah.
Like he talks pretty much the whole time, and you don't talk that much.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, I see how this is kind of easy for you, because that's every conversation Tim has is him ranting about current events.
He's
for an
talking
hour.
to the world, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah.
really is. He's very special.
He's kind of yelling into like his thoughts into the void.
Yeah, I mean, that's what all good conservative talkback radio is.
Yes.
Right.
It's just,
He talks about Rush Limbaugh being like an inspiration.
He loves Rush,
yeah.
and I think he's closer to Rush than anything else.
He was the first of this, like, I don't know, this whatever wave this is of American online comedians that I
Yeah.
was aware of. I had a friend who, was like, you must listen to Tim Dillon. He is, and then he's like, he's the most insightful philosopher of his generation. I look him up, and it's just like him attacking his aunt or something. You fucking bitch! But you dig through that, and that is part of the beautiful philosophy. I've
Yeah,
never
it
met
is.
Tim Dillon, but I love what he's doing.
No,
So,
he's
but
the
the
best.
fact that he did it, I thought maybe I can talk on my own, but I'm not as good at it.
It's funny when people like get so into comedy they compare them to philosophers.
Yeah.
You're like, I love Shane Gillis. I'm like, Shane's the man. Like, he's the next Camus. I'm like, no.
He genuinely could be the next Camille.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is he
Well, not
prophesizing his own death?
I won't
and-
say. I'd say. Yeah, Camille. He's not.
Does he think life's a joke?
I don't think.
It's hard. I don't know which French existentialist I would slot him into. He's not
Sartre?
Simone de Beauvoir. He's definitely not Sartre with his funny eye. I think he
Yeah.
would be. But Camus has like. I don't want him to be Camus because Camus dies young and car accident.
Well, Camus was
He's
pretty
always
sick though
suicidal.
before he died.
He's
He
obviously
was, like,
the
smoking
coolest
cigarettes,
one.
fucking bitches.
I think he was
playing
the only
soccer.
one who was not pro-pedophile.
Oh yeah.
I think when that letter comes out, I don't think Camus.
A lot of
signs
them
up.
are
well, that was he was. Way
I'm gonna have
before
to
that.
know. Hold on.
The pro pedophiles were the postmodernists.
He's
So it's
rolling
like-
with that crew at that time.
What was the take of being
He was with
Foucault.
Derrida and
He was still. He may have been dead before that. Hold
he
on.
was way dead.
Hold on. French, pedophile, letter. What's another word I can put in to make this a less bad Google search?
Philosopher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kid fucking.
All right. So it was the French petitions against the age of consent laws
Yeah.
in 77 to 79.
Yeah,
in Le
Foucault
Mans.
and Derrida.
That's so funny. There was a petition. Just going door to door. Guys like, I'll sign this.
Yeah.
Did he sign it? Jean-Paul Sartre did sign
Yeah.
it. Everybody, I think he might have been dead
I
in
think
time.
Camus was dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
lucky. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he would have though. Do you think he would have?
I think it's easy to say he wouldn't have now that because
I
he
like
died.
the-
he
he
definitely
wrote-
wouldn't.
It's funny he's
definitely-
writing the myth of
he was way dead.
Sisyphus, and it's just about not being able to have sex with children.
Well, it's a weird case. Because this man,
pushing a 9-year-old.
have you read the letter?
No, I've
Read
not read the
backstory?
letter.
So there's this. I think it's that there's this guy living with a bunch of children and engaging in the sexual activities with them.
Sure.
And the kids seem fine. They really emphasize
Yeah.
like the kids all seem fairly happy with this arrangement, and they're like, who is capitalism to get in the way of
Right.
this arrangement? And it's
Yeah, Yeah.
I'm glad capitalism does get in the way of that arrangement. But that man,
Yeah.
they never should have shown their hand. That's every left-wing thing forever.
Right.
Gets
It's
the pedophile
very
letter
easy
brought
to
up.
fucking because the whole thing was like the chains of oppression are that's who tells you what to do, and it's also like I think they argued it was ridding children of agency, and you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
They spun it as a Big Brother
Which is
thing.
what every pedophile. You're a big boy.
yeah,
You make your own decisions.
Yeah,
It's a big part of one of the I forget which
the R. Kelly lyrics.
Foucault. Yeah.
Foucault, Derrida, Sartre.
Foucault has a whole section about like if a man is walking along and a beautiful child gives him a hand job behind it's like way too specific.
Behind a dumpster.
It's like if
in
he's walking
Arizona.
if it's in a field and it's a farm boy. And for the boy, this is nothing. For the man, this is pleasure. Why do we need to get in? This happened to you? Didn't it?
No, they really freaked out. They freaked out a little bit too much.
Sorry to start like this. This is not how I.
No,
imagined
it's
funny,
it.
they were
this is
like-
par for the course for us.
They were like hippies about child molestation.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
pretty.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's
And
and
then-
I think that's kind of where they hit a wall.
Still the
Let the
most
kids make their own
influential
choices.
people, like every whatever woke movement thing today, it's all coming back
seeded
to
from that. Yeah,
Simone de Beauvoir gets thrown around a lot with
Right.
gender stuff, and they try and distance themselves, but no one accounts for it.
yeah.
What's going on?
Beauvoir and what's the other woman's name? She's a newer one though. I
Oh,
forget
a
her
lady.
name. Yeah, a newer woman. Well, I'm not sure.
Who? French?
No, American, I believe, but I forget her name. But I had to read her a lot in college.
Well, it might be. I don't know. Dworkin goes the other way. Dworkin's the fat lesbian.
Yeah, I like her.
like Dworkin a lot.
I liked Dworkin too. She was
Yeah.
like banned porn.
Yeah.
She was like, everyone should be a lesbian. Pretty
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, she
Everyone
was cool.
should be a lesbian.
Kinda. She was just one of those like,
She's like the penetrative act
yeah,
is violence.
is violent and like, yeah, pretty awesome.
And she's
She saw a dick going in
She's
the
like
pussy.
a
She's it's kind of
turbo,
aggressive, huh?
like
yeah,
turbo.
no,
lesbian.
genuinely, like very, very lesbian.
V12
and
lesbo.
also, but like sounds like she'd be terrible. Is like very charming and coherent when
Yeah.
she's on William F. Buckley Jr.'s show.
Yeah. I liked her. She's a fucking hog though. She looks crazy.
She did, and
And
do
then
you know
part
Camille
of that was
Paglia?
like, yeah, I like Camille Paglia.
Camille Paglia hates Dworkin, and it like
Yeah.
will just do nothing but like fat gags. Like should be engaging with the philosophy, but can't bring herself to do it.
But you're a
You
big fat cow.
I did look up today her going on Lena Dunham.
Oh, I bet
yeah?
she fucking dunked on Dunham.
Sure.
Have you never
asshole.
seen that?
No.
It's great. She's like, Lena Dunham is going, she goes, she's the Andrea Dworkin of today. She like presents herself, I am woman as she is. And if you are repulsed by that, you are a sexist. I'm sorry, no. You're just a big pile of pudding. This woman's a philosopher.
Yeah.
This woman's,
She was talking about
Dude,
Harvey Weinstein, and it was like, if Harvey Weinstein pulled out his disgusting little penis, I would have kicked him right in his little balls.
that's so much. She's my dream podcast guest.
Yeah.
She's sick, dude.
And the university she worked at, I was looking up how to get in contact with her, but the university she worked at in Philadelphia just closed down, like last year. It was a private arts university. I don't know how to get in contact with Camille Paglia.
Camille, if you're watching,
Yeah, if you're
Please.
watching, first of all, subscribe to the
Please, first of all,
Patreon.
subscribe.
Camille, go for the $10 tier.
Yeah, $10 you get 2 episodes a week, Camille.
She's so exciting. It's
dude,
always nice
she's
when
great.
people are more interesting. Like people go, oh, she's just a fucking. She was spoken down so much by people in the 90s. They're like, she's a provocateur. She's just like saying
She's
things to
an
get a
edgelord
rise.
weirdo.
She's a really smart, interesting
She's
lady.
cool as hell. I mean, I want to read her books. What's it? Is it
Sexual Personae.
Sexual
is the big
Personae?
One.
That's one.
But
I
then
wanna
the books
read.
of essays, Vamps and Tramps, Glittering Images. Great one. I love Camille
Yeah,
Paglia.
she's cool as hell.
Dude,
I
I
like how
Sorry, you keep getting interrupted
Yeah,
on the
sorry,
Camille Paglia
No,
talk.
it's all right. I was reading the Lena Dunham. I was rereading Lena Dunham's, like the thing she wrote about Odell Beckham at that award show.
Yeah, it's
What'd
nuts.
she say
It's
about Odell Beckham?
psychotic.
It is very strange.
He was just sitting next to her at like the Met Gala.
She was like so horny.
And no,
Yeah.
she said he looked at me with disgust, and I could tell I wasn't the type of woman that he likes to objectify. I didn't fit into his body
my
standards.
God.
Literally, Odell Beckham was sitting next to her, and you could tell all that happened was he was like that.
Hello.
And she was like,
she wrote a whole
he
essay
had-
with she's with Amy Schumer, and they like publicize a conversation
yes.
about the importance of
She's like, I'm this disgusting pig
how
that doesn't
dare
fit.
Odell Beckham Jr. not want to fuck me.
Yes.
How dare he?
Can't win.
I feel
Can't
like race
win.
is involved.
No, definitely.
I was a big, beautiful, big, fat white girl, and
Yeah.
this Jack Black guy didn't want to.
There's part of it that's true, and I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's a good
Also,
looking.
welcome to being a man.
Giants wide
Right.
receiver.
Yeah.
Of course, he doesn't want to fuck you.
He's a billionaire. He can fuck whoever he wants.
In New York City, he's a football
He
player.
shouldn't
know.
want to. There's no obligation to want to fuck a lady.
Anybody.
If anything, makes me so angry. But it's kind of, you know what? I was proud when I read that.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a level of, it is psychotic, but it's so, to publish it, to be a famous person saying that,
Yeah.
to go, these thoughts and feelings are good, is great in some way.
There's some prestige to it.
It's a
Things
level
are
of
so good.
It's a level of self-obsession that runs so deep and is so strong that you're bound to create something great.
I'm very impressed by it.
Yeah, you're bound to create
I heard
something
Girls
good.
is great. I've never seen
Girls
it.
is pretty good, yeah.
I heard it's really
I
good.
I
watched
think
it with
she's
my
a good
ex-girlfriend.
artist. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
she's
take that away
pretty
from
good.
her.
Adam
But she's
Driver
also like
kills
a
it.
total, what's the word where they're Nepo baby? You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, man. I
parents
knew
are
a
like-
man in Adelaide who went to university with her, and he said she would have starved to death if you hid Daddy's credit card under a bar of soap. So it really stayed with me.
That's hilarious.
That's flawless.
But also, like, again, genuinely, like, in many ways, a person easy to mock, but you go, there's greatness.
Yeah,
in
there's a
there.
body
Yes.
of work there.
Yeah, I would forgive someone anything for their greatness. Kanye,
yes.
you go,
I
well,
was going to make that
he's
comparison.
great.
Because
Yeah.
when I read that, when you read
Sort
the
of
Odell
Hitler is
thing,
the other one.
when you read the
Yeah.
Odell thing, you're like, this is the same thing. Whatever
Kanye
motivates
level
this
narcissism.
lunatic,
Yeah.
crazy person is, it's what motivates Kanye West and Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, it's in all great people.
Jordan
Can you imagine
Jackson.
if Kanye was a big fat white lady?
Yeah.
It's like, Odell Beckham was next to me. He even want to fuck me.
Yeah, man.
Kanye
'Cause
would
I don't
be.
have ass and titties.
Yeah, cause what?
Would
Come
be
on,
the-
fat bitch.
Are you been a white lady, or you been just Kanye?
Yeah, it's Kanye as
Kanye is a white lady. He would still talk like Kanye.
He would
He'd
still
be the
have Kanye's
president for
attitude.
sure.
Yeah.
He'd be president.
Yeah.
You think so? If he was white,
That's the
He
great
was a
Bill
white
Burr bit
man.
about like how happy he is that Kanye's black. 'Cause
That was
it's
a great bit.
Thank God there's a ceiling on what this man can do.
Yeah,
great.
he was like a white guy with that persona. Is like kills 120 million people.
yeah,
That was more prescient maybe than Bill Burr knew. I think he said that before the Hitler stuff. Bill Burr did that off the back of just Kanye going like,
I'm a god.
I think it was something as simple as like my greatest regret is I never get to watch myself live. And that's enough for Bill Burr to go, shut it down.
like enough.
Dude, it's brutal. Dude, this guy's saying he's a god.
You do a reasonable Bill Burr.
Thank you.
Nia. That's all I can do.
Dude, he wants to watch himself like he's fucking looking in the mirror, but in front of 40,000 people. It's all him? Really?
I hate watching myself.
Watching yourself do comedy.
No, I was being Bill Burr still.
Oh.
I've never met Bill Burr. I would, man. Again, solo podcast. Bill Burr. He can do it. He's got the ability.
Those chops, yeah.
Yeah.
Who else? Hold on. Bill Burr, Tim Dillon. Who else can do a good solo pod?
Chris D'Elia.
Chris D'Elia, Theo Bond.
Yeah,
Chris D'Elia.
unrestrained by
Yes.
the mores of society.
French
Kind of goes back to the
philosopher
French
Chris D'Elia.
philosopher Chris D'Elia.
That was accidental.
Christophe D'Elia. Yeah.
He didn't mean to do that. When he found out those girls were underage, he waited until their 18th birthday.
When Chris D'Elia apologized, he should have said, dude, you guys like government tyranny?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Should have said, Je suis désolé.
I don't know. Who is Big Brother to get in the way of a
I'm a
couple
socialist.
Instagram DMs?
It's a French way.
Does this podcast ever have a conceit? Do you have like is
theme?
it a chit chat podcast?
Yeah,
Or
Chit Chat
Chit
podcast.
Chat podcast.
What was
Yeah.
it called again?
Rough week.
Do you ever talk about having a rough week?
No.
No, not really.
Wow.
I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes.
But accidentally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in general, we complain a lot.
I think the theme thing, I don't think we'd be good at that.
No.
We'd get frustrated. We'd think it was gay after a while.
Yeah.
And get kind of annoyed.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
They all descend into just a chit chat.
Yeah. Except for Are You Garbage, which is like a genuine interview show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
And
kind
they're
of makes
really-
it work. And then you have like questions, you know?
And we were talking about Are You Garbage. Those guys really are like old school radio guys. Like,
Yeah.
that's their vibe. So it kind of fits them. That's definitely not our vibe, and we would be being fake.
And it's so
it would be
guest
bad.
driven, too. Like, they really give so much to the guest.
That's
you know?
true. They research.
And they prepare it all. The guest doesn't have
Yeah.
to do anything.
Yeah.
Because I think I feel so bad if I make you have to do something. Like, you have to come with 3 ideas about blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want to give this guy homework.
There is a market for that. I feel like one thing America doesn't have entertainment-wise, it's the only thing, is like panel shows.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Like the British
They
love
knocked it out of
Well,
the
the
park with
British
panel
love
shows.
themes. Brits love
of course,
a theme.
Every big British podcast I can think of is a theme.
It's a theme.
Off
Their
Menu
comedy
is very good, but it's just like, have you heard Off Menu?
No.
They take their guests to a dream restaurant.
Nice.
And it's like, you go the entree, the main, the drink. It's like, what would you have at your favorite restaurant? And it sounds not like a great theme. It's a wonderful podcast.
No, it sounds cool as hell. I'm a big food guy.
You seen that fat British chick that eats chicken with people on YouTube?
Narrow that down, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a fat lady.
She's
from
not
England.
that fat.
Sorry.
I don't remember her being enormously fat.
I mean,
There's
she's a Lena Dunham
She's not even-
sized.
no, she's not.
There's a small black guy who also does like chicken and chips.
He's awesome.
Reviews. Yeah.
Yeah?
He calls everything pangin'.
This sounds
Panganist,
learning
Panganist
Pangan.
Munch. Is it called Panganist Munch?
I think it might be called Panganist Munch.
He's having a Pangan Munch.
And he always shows you what he's wearing each time. He's always got
Yeah.
this like kind of like almost like schoolboy suit on, and he's like doing like Jamaican patois.
This sounds great.
Yeah, it's awesome. And
Yeah.
he shows, and he always
But
has,
again,
like,
that's a strong theme.
yeah, he always has
strong
like,
theme.
cool
Yeah.
ass shoes on, and you're like,
Yeah.
this guy's awesome.
Yeah, that guy really worked on that idea before he launched.
And then he's so aggressive about people's we would say chips, but you would say
Yeah.
French fries.
Right.
The amount of salt that's on there.
Yeah.
Chewability.
He's particular?
Does it
He's
have
very
crunch?
particular.
He
has a very
He'll like
it's-
lavish praise on something and go 3.5 stars.
England's Dave
wasn't
Portnoy
quite
is like
hanging.
a Jamaican midget.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
suits.
yeah. His Dave Portnoy is like a Jamaican black guy who's like eating like chicken tenders and French fries
Fish and chips.
and fish. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
What's Australian food? What's the if I went over there, what'd be the go-to? You guys got good seafood, right?
Yeah. We love the breakfast is huge.
Is
Okay.
it like
We do the Australian breakfast. Avocado on toast. You ever had that?
Yeah.
Of course.
That's us.
Really?
go.
Did you start
We
that?
invented that. I don't know if we invented it, but we certainly did it a lot.
Yeah.
But what I mean,
Do they do like beans and British shit, like blood?
yeah,
sausage
baked beans.
and-
We don't do a lot of blood sausage. We don't
Yeah.
do. We depart from the British on a lot. We have something called pavlova, which is a meringue. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That's
That sounds great.
the New Zealanders say they invented it, but we.
I thought pavlova was.
That's
fucking,
probably not
like,
true.
Polish or something.
I think it's because there was a Polish ballet dancer
Yeah.
who invented it. There are many stories of
Yeah,
the
'cause
pavlova's
I've seen
origins.
the pavlova. It's the fruit and the meringue.
Yeah, we now in Adelaide. Adelaide has several cuisines that are its own thing. Meat pies are a big Australian.
Yeah.
thing, first of
Okay.
all,
I like meat pies.
but then
I
we
had
have
them
the
in
pie
London.
floater. You have a pea soup with a meat pie in it, and like vinegar
Mash
on
it up in
top.
there?
Wow,
This
number
sounds
one.
good.
That
We
sounds
have the
good. There's
AB
steak
in
and
Adelaide.
cheese.
The AB is great.
What's that?
It's like hot chips with gyros meat on top,
Yeah.
shredded, and then sauce on top.
Nice.
And it's called the AB because it stands for abortion, because that's what it looks like.
Is that really right?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
people just say AB. That's
Nice.
sort
They're
of
like,
nicer.
y'all have one
Yeah.
abortion, please.
Yeah, it's good.
People try and say it's the atomic bomb, and you go, it's not.
No, it's abortion.
But then other states stole this meal and added cheese, and the Muslims were doing it. And they called it the halal snack pack, and this is a great wretchedness to people from my home state that the Muslims would culturally appropriate
Yeah.
the AB, which traditionally they've been opposed to.
yeah.
Shame.
Shameful.
You're welcome, Muslims in Sydney.
Well, that's a big deal, like the doner kebab stuff and all that kind of.
Yeah, which you do in
Doner.
vans. Man, Greek diners are great.
Yeah,
I found
love a
out that
Greek
that's a
diner.
thing.
They're fantastic.
I didn't know
Unreal.
that diners and Greeks had a
Oh, yeah.
connection
yeah.
at all.
It's a
but
big
they,
northeastern
Sort
thing.
of like
Yeah.
a Chinese restaurant,
Yeah.
of the Greeks.
yeah, but then there's a guy in the back just shouting at a woman for
Yes.
doing the wrong thing. It was a beautiful vibe.
Yeah, it's great.
We used to have a lot of old Greek diners in Buffalo.
Astoria's the
Yeah, I
best.
believe it.
Yeah.
I've seen them in all over the Philly,
Yeah.
Connecticut,
Yeah.
New York, Buffalo has
New
them.
York. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. all
Very
the
little
Northeast.
Greek food. Sometimes
No.
like a baklava.
Yeah, you might
but
have- it's like
overwhelmingly
pancakes
just
and
good.
shit.
Good. You got your Mediterranean migrants came over so early. They lost a lot of their original stuff. Like
Yeah.
American Italian.
It's not.
Yeah.
There's so little resemblance to Italian.
Thank
food.
you. I was trying to explain this to him.
I
Because
went-
he said he doesn't like Italian food.
I
but
never
was
said
like,
I
it's
didn't
not.
like Italian
It's
food.
not Italian.
You said it's overrated.
I
was
said
in
it is
a
overrated.
small
But
town in
because
Ohio.
you're having giant red sauced Italian meals.
Yeah, the fact that it's red sauce. I was like,
Yeah.
Well, when I
can I have a puttanesca? And they go, we got red sauce.
Yeah.
They didn't-
Angelo's.
Yeah,
They
you
always
got-
have garlic bread, and that's good. Sometimes a proper
Love
Italian
garlic.
place.
Garlic
Garlic,
bread's
garlic
great.
bread is number one.
Number
It's
one.
I'm having
fantastic.
whatever I'm getting just to get the garlic bread on the side. Pizza
Very good.
is secondary. When they go the garlic knots at a pizza place, disappointing for me. I need
You
it
like
to
the
be.
bread.
I want it.
The
to
bread's
be
better than the
Bread's
nuts.
better than the nuts.
100%.
I kind of don't like a garlic nut. It's so greasy. There's
It's
like
a lot.
swimming in oil.
I have one every time, but I'm always disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurts
Pizza
my
here
stomach
is
every single time.
Connecticut pizza was good. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that was
New
the
Haven.
thing.
New
New Haven.
Haven's supposed to be the best pizza
They
in the
say
world.
that
Coal oven.
coal oven.
Coal
Rather
oven
than
pizza.
wood.
Yeah.
Everyone does pizza
Nice
like a
and
little
crispy on
bit.
the bottom.
Like
Yeah.
Europe, I was thinking. All right, I don't know if this will be America. Different states, you like cross the state line and they do pizza slightly differently.
Yeah.
Yes.
They go, "This is our pizza," but it's like and they act like this is diversity. But you go to Europe and you like cross a field and they're like biscuits. No, we eat oats in slop, or just like
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
100%.
It's radically
They've
different.
never heard of pizza.
No,
on
if
the
you
other
take
side
a
of the line.
2-hour train ride from England to France, the cuisine is night and day different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a French onion soup for the first ever time.
Oh,
Really?
really good.
Wow. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Nice.
it's unreal.
America could never come up with something like that.
No.
I say this with respect, but America is it's an enlightenment country, right?
Yeah.
Things have to make sense, and then you like get it done.
Yes.
We need to
efficient.
go places fast, build cars, build a big road, but you don't have like the mystery behind it. Like,
No, New York.
There's no
or-
romance.
French onion
a
soup. No
masculine
one
culture.
man could have invented the
Yes.
French
Yeah.
onion soup. That is years of tradition.
Yeah.
Put the bread in the soup. Hold on now.
Cheese on top.
top.
and then like
Onions.
do
Bro-
that.
Brulee.
Yeah. Yeah, America, you need you need brilliant, simple, very, very easily transferable
simplicity
ideas that can be
well.
mass produced to modern
Modifiable,
people.
I think, is
Yeah.
The taco.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's Mexican. But
Oh, not the way you're doing it here.
That's
I think
true.
that might be your
That's
own thing.
true.
But I mean, the hamburger is obvious.
You need something
Yeah.
that a TikToker
perfect
can
sandwich.
advertise.
Pretty much.
Best ever sandwich. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the American cuisine dream.
Yes.
Best ever sandwich.
Best sandwich.
So a lot of American food hot. It's warm.
I love that
They
it's
go
hot.
temperature.
Yeah.
It's hot,
Really low
big,
selling.
big and hot. It's hot. It's a hot, big pizza. Large hot pie.
Hot and ready.
Yeah,
You're
it's
gonna get
hot.
small cold.
Yes.
It's good. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
cold
it's good.
beer. Cold,
I wouldn't
hot.
want to take
I think
away.
the best American stuff, though, is like, we argued about this before, but it's like New Orleans food, which is really just like French food mixed with like African and fucking. I mean, it's not
I mean, yours it's so
European food. It's,
German is such a big influence here.
yeah, true.
Hot dogs everywhere.
Right.
Yes.
You've turned your back on the meat pie, which we must have had before this country started up.
For sure,
I
for
can't
sure.
get a meat pie no place.
No.
That's true. You can't.
Meat pies, I
Hot
love
water
it.
pastry is not a thing here.
No.
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 Every time you get a pie, it's sweet pie.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
about the savory pie. Oh,
I think we have two savory pies. We have chicken pot pie. Have you ever had chicken pot pie?
I have had a chicken pot pie.
Pretty good.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty great. And then I think we do a quiche, but that's French.
Yeah.
It is French.
You got to
Yeah.
go to an Irish pub. Get a.
They meat
They'll
pies
call it
in
a
a
shepherd's pie if they're very
Shepherd's
authentic.
pie,
They'll
but
call it a
yes.
cottage pie.
Cottage pie.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Just throw the shepherds out on the street.
Well, shepherd is lamb, cottage is beef.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is good. I mean, it's hot dogs are fine, but there's a
A
certain
good hot dog, a perfect hot dog with like Vienna sausage is really good.
yeah.
You have
but
to have like real natural casing, like the fancy ones. Go to Chicago, get a Chicago.
I haven't
glizzy.
had a Chicago. I've
But
never been to
Chicago
Chicago,
glizzy, unbelievable.
but I'm going to be in Chicago in January. Tickets are on sale now. I've added my first ever headlining date.
Let's
Oh,
go.
let's fucking
it's
go,
happening.
dude.
So now I just get to panic. It's been all fun and games in America until
Oh,
now.
yeah?
And now it's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I mean, you were headlining in Australia, I'm sure.
Yeah, I could do it there.
Yeah.
But there's also only 5 cities.
Yes.
So it's like very doable. You do it once a year. You do every city. You do it
Yeah.
again the next year.
True.
It's not really enough to build a life around.
Easy to sell tickets there. Like if American comedians have anything going on and they go to Australia, it seems like they sell everything out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't have our own podcast. There's no big Australian.
Shows.
We have like radio shows that have made the jump to
Yeah.
podcasting.
Yeah.
The Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend equivalent.
Yeah.
But like, there's no Australian Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
No.
There's a woman's one called Mamma Mia, where they just go. I listened to one episode and they were talking about the Chris Rock slap. That's the way I listened to it.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, people are saying very hatefully that the real person who's done something wrong here is Jada Pinkett Smith, because by fucking around on Will, she drove him to insanity, and that's just the most hateful thing I've ever heard. And the whole time I'm like, that's the only explanation any sense whatsoever. So I didn't listen again.
A fourth grader could come up with that.
Yeah.
You can't mess with
Yeah.
sacral love.
He's probably a
No.
broken man who's been cheated on many times.
She's having sex with his son's friends.
Oh,
Wasn't
God.
that?
Yeah, that was a big part of
publicly
it.
attested to.
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't get that wrong.
After he did that, and he was screaming, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth."
Yeah.
She went on and did a massive interview on like 60 Minutes, and she was like, "One of the parts that perturbed me the most was that he called me his wife because we hadn't called each other that in a long time."
Ew.
Just stepping on him, just fucking kicking him when he's down,
dude.
Poor Will. I mean, he's a sweet.
He's
Yeah.
great. He's
Who's
an
the-
unbelievable
He
talent.
had an unblemished run.
Yeah.
Yes, he
In
did.
terms of, I don't know, when we want to say it starts before Men in Black, presumably. I mean, Fresh
from
Prince.
Fresh Prince.
What's the first big? Is Men in Black the first big movie?
Well, Fresh Prince was before Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like right before.
There's no Fresh
Yeah.
Prince movie though.
No, but it was a huge show. I mean, still
Yeah.
is.
But then Wild Wild West
That's like
holds
early
up.
2000s.
Yeah.
They talked it down, but it holds up.
I love Wild Wild West.
Yeah, I think it probably Men in Black.
Pursuit of Happiness is.
Pursuit of Happiness is big. I
Never
Am
seen
Legend.
it. I Am Legend.
I'm Legend's
Yeah,
great.
7 pounds.
Never watched 7 Pounds. Looked sad.
It's
It's
sad.
weird.
Fun.
Doesn't he kill himself with jellyfish at the end?
I don't even
He
remember. I
gives
watched
his
it when I was, like,
organs to people.
15.
Yeah, he kills himself with a bunch of jellyfish so it like somehow preserves his body.
That's
or something.
right. Yeah. So that they can use his heart.
Or use his
I
organs.
don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch that movie.
It seemed like one of those like purposeful tearjerkers or like what's the word, ham-fisted tearjerkers.
I think he was shooting for the Oscar for a while. He should have got it
Yeah.
for Pursuit of Happiness, maybe.
Yeah.
When he's in the.
He got it for King Richard.
he's
bathroom?
in the toilet. Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
that's
slap
the same
day.
fucking dead night. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he's keeping the door shut with his foot and crying, holding his son in Pursuit of Happiness. He's
He was
sleeping
doing
in the
that a lot.
bathroom of a subway station, and it's a public restroom.
Yeah.
But it's the only place he and his son could sleep. So he's keeping the door shut with his foot so that nobody else comes in, so they can sleep.
So
in
he
the
can
night.
sell his radiation machines.
Yes.
His radiation machine.
Yeah.
The whole movie, he's trying to sell radiation
He's
machines.
selling like medical equipment that almost surely gave you cancer.
what did he? Did he invent something?
He
No.
like buys a lot of machines that give like a slightly clearer picture than an X-ray at a very high cost.
And then they go then they're obsolete in like 2 months after he buys them.
Oh.
So he's got like 50 of these machines to sell, but the technology has advanced past them.
yeah, there's a big.
He's fucked.
He's fucked. And his wife is like,
could be
fuck
like-
you and fuck our kid. Fucking
Yeah,
hit the
does
road.
she leave him
And-
with the kid?
Yes, she does. She's
And
like
they're
a
homeless on
Monstrous.
deadbeat mother. They're homeless.
This sounds a bit far-fetched.
He gives the
It's
guy
such a good movie.
the Wall Street guy who was trying to get to hire him. He gives him his last $5 for a cab because the guy was like, "Oh fuck, I got to tip the cabbie. You got any cash?" And he pulls out his last $5 and gives it to him because he doesn't want to look like a fucking. He doesn't want the guy,
Yeah.
the hiring
I'm
manager,
sure
to know
there's
how
like a
broke he is.
capitalist critique through this where you go, "What is this movie?"
It has one of the best scenes. It has one of my favorite lines in a movie ever, where he like shows up, overslept, like in a terrible outfit to the job interview, and they say Will Smith or whatever his character's name is. They go like, I mean, how can we hire you? I mean, what would you say if we hired a man who showed up without a shirt to this interview? And Will Smith goes, I'd say, damn, he must have had some nice pants. And he gets the job.
Yeah.
Because he's so charming. I mean,
That's so charming.
that's a level. It was him. Adam Sandler was going at the same time.
Yeah.
And then at some
Jim
point, Will
Carrey.
Ferrell takes over. Jim Carrey feels slightly early. He's like got an early 90s.
Cable
When's
guy.
Ace Ventura?
Ace
I
Ventura.
think Cable
94.
guy was first.
94?
Dude, he did like
Cable Guy.
Liar Liar, Ace Ventura, and Dumb and Dumber in 2 years.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It was like 94 to 96.
Sometimes you get in a
Bruce
crystalline
Almighty
run.
too. That was big. That was
Yeah,
2000s.
01.
Michael Cera, right,
Yep.
has Arrested Development and like third season Arrested Development. Then he's in
Superbad.
Juno and Superbad all in the
Yeah,
same year.
what
I
a
think.
run.
If you were
Great
his
run.
agent at that point, you would go, the summer of Michael is never ending.
Let's
Let's get him in Nick and Nora's Infinite playlist to see what happens.
Boy.
Yeah.
This will never go. out of
Testosterone's
style.
never coming back into style. Don't worry about it. He was unbelievable. He's right. Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
Scott Pilgrim was
Pilgrim's
big.
Great.
I think it lost money.
Scott Pilgrim. I mean, it's a cult classic now. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to make it back just on DVDs or something. But like everybody, that's a huge hit.
Who's the villain in that movie?
And there's 7. I mean, the evil.
No, the
ex-boyfriends.
main one. Who?
at the very end, Jason Schwartzman.
Jason Schwartzman. He's underused at the moment.
Yeah, he's great. Rushmore.
Rushmore is man.
Awesome.
I started watching Bottle Rocket because I'd watched all the other Wes
Oh, I
Andersons.
haven't seen
Yes.
Bottle Rocket.
And I wanted to, it is not great.
Great.
Like stylistically, it's very exciting, and I can see why they gave him more money.
Yeah.
Like Rushmore is.
Rushmore is a fucking dime.
He wants to
Bill
save
Murray's
Latin.
So fucking good.
Bill Murray's great.
So good.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
remember
when-
I
remember
haven't
when-
seen his new stuff.
When Seth Rogen had his run too, I was
Yeah,
like,
that
damn,
was a
so
big run.
leading men are just like fat Jewish guys. That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
And then I think when Trump when Trump started ascending, everybody was like, let's be fucking dudes again. And
Yeah.
The Rock got big and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
and
it's
it was
true.
like, let's see some fucking,
Yeah, it's
let's
funny.
see
Like
some
our,
traps.
our leading comedy guy is like a bodybuilder wrestler.
Yeah.
Like it's Batista I mean, Batista and The Rock are funny. Like they have
Yeah.
comedy chops for TV.
Yeah.
But you're like, this is crazy. We went from Seth Rogen to Batista.
Well,
as
I
the
think
funniest guys.
if you're like you run a film studio and you got to give someone $100 million to make a movie, and they're like, we want to make a comedy, and they're like, so we have this guy, and he's like a schlubby Jewish guy, but he's funny. And you point to Jonah Hill, and they're like, this guy's also funny, and he's 6'5" with 4% body fat,
Yeah.
and he looks
Yeah, he's
1,000.
300 pounds of pure
He's
beef.
We
perfect
can sell
looking.
underpants.
Yeah.
In that The Bear commercial.
Yeah, yeah.
Guy's ripped.
Dude, The Rock was wild. He like lied about his numbers. Did you see all that?
What?
What do you mean?
He like lied about Black Adam's success so they could try to get a sequel.
Ah.
Yeah, he like just very publicly lied.
How
about
can
it.
he lie about a movie's success?
He was just buying out full theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, I swear they like fudged the numbers. He like purposely he was involved in like a scandal to like fudge the numbers about Black Adam's opening weekend.
There are worse things that
I
a
know,
person
I
can
know.
do than pretend that Black Adam was a successful movie.
I know. It's just funny that he did that.
It was
Max
also-
8 Americans could possibly be disgruntled about that.
Yeah, dude, I'm so pissed about Black Adam.
It came at a time where you
Liar.
couldn't introduce another superhero.
Yeah, it was too late. Especially
There was a
DC.
gutful.
The DC thing's done. It'll never really work.
I mean, they could just keep restarting Batman.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Robert
Forever.
Pattinson was pretty sick. I liked it.
It
I
was
liked emo
the Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah.
They're not even getting that creative. Let's add an article.
The next
Yeah.
one is a Batman. It's a Batman.
Batman, though, there's two.
Oh, well, Bat. Yeah, Bat. Is there is a Batwoman? There's Batgirl. Is there a Batwoman?
We made Catwoman.
Kind of made Catwoman.
Oh, yeah,
the
Catwoman.
Batman.
We
You
didn't
can't
really need
have
Batwoman.
Batwoman.
How
Yeah.
many women? Are you
Bat
got?
Lady. Batskank.
Bat guy. Bat person.
Man, there were a lot of Spider-Men. There are too many Spider-Men.
There's
Yeah.
three.
Toby?
Toby
Yeah.
was the goat.
Toby
Toby
was...
was goated.
They never got better than Toby.
No, they didn't.
Although the millennials love Tom Holland.
Yeah, I haven't
Spider-Man.
seen
He's
Tom
okay. He's no
The,
Toby.
the numbers, I looked up the numbers those movies are doing.
They're crushing.
unbelievable.
out of this world. I tried to watch one on a plane. I couldn't do it. It's
No,
not
Yeah, it
it's
sucks.
made for me.
No.
But Zendaya's great.
She's
Yeah.
so hot.
She's so beautiful they allow her to look ugly.
Yeah.
Like they actually let her pull ugly faces and be in ugly positions just because they're like, no one's
We gotta
gonna,
like ugg her up.
this is not going to actually long term hurt her
Yeah.
reputation.
Yeah, they give
if
her
we get
more
some ugly
range.
scenes. Yeah,
Jennifer Aniston's got to keep it in the fairway.
absolutely.
You
Zendaya
gotta,
can
you
really-
gotta see her nipples.
It's 3
every
cameras.
fucking
There,
movie.
nipples
Yeah,
out.
you gotta see, she needs hard nipples in every scene.
Aniston has hard nipples in everything she's ever done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's important. That was,
yeah. Zendaya could be crawling like a praying mantis, and they're like, "This is a great scene." Still looks hot.
whereas
she's
the
gonna be a
nipples,
horror villain
I mean,
with
that
her
was
head
really all
backwards.
that kept, those were the twin towers that kept America going after 9/11.
Yeah.
It's still getting to tune into
Each
Friends
one
and
of-
watch
yeah.
those big ones. You know that show kept going through 9/11 and they never mentioned it?
Yeah, I mean, 9/11 didn't happen in the Friends universe.
Yeah.
No.
That's
It's a wonderful place where 9/11 never happened.
Yeah,
a problem with the show
I'll
if it
be
can't
there for you.
incorporate. Seinfeld would have done 9/11.
Seinfeld would have been hilarious.
Seinfeld
Someone
would've
wrote
been a great
one.
9/11.
So I forget, man, there was a guy who wrote one, like a spec script of Seinfeld 9/11.
doing
That would've been
9/11.
great.
And then he got hired on a show afterwards because it's such a good spec
Just
script.
Kramer
But, like,
being like, "Jet fuel doesn't melt steel.
Yeah.
Steel beams, Jer."
I think Kramer had been like close friends with the terrorists, and he didn't know that they were terrorists. He was like, "I lent them my box cutter. That's a Ryobi. That's the best box cutter."
That's good.
I think he was wondering if he can get it back. George is mistaken for a first responder, and like leans into it.
Yeah.
That's great.
He's like, I was there.
It's unbelievably such a writable. Have you got the guy writing new Seinfelds on the? They never should have stopped.
Doing Seinfeld?
Yeah,
They could have kept it going.
Curb's not the same. I like Curb, but it's a very dark world.
I love Curb.
Yeah, I love
I'm
Curb.
a
Look,
big Curb.
Curb's great. Curb's great.
There's not a
No
lot-
disrespect
there's not
on
as much
Curb.
levity in Curb.
I always feel sadder after a Curb than I
Really?
felt at the
People
start.
say this, and I don't get this. I don't feel that way.
You
Why
just-
do you
you're-
feel sad?
It's like, what a hopeless universe.
Really?
I feel the same way in Seinfeld, but I can get through 3 Seinfelds before I have to go.
Seinfeld
Why
is
is it
also
hopeless?
dark.
Because there's something wrong with everything.
Yeah, it's a universe in which everybody fails forever.
They fail forever, and it's full of conflict. It's
Yeah.
constant conflict.
It's
Every
like
episode
no
of
hugging, no
Curb.
learning, and you go, that's
Yeah.
great, but this is a world in which There's just constant
That's the
struggle.
big
But I
thing. That's
feel-
another like postmodern.
Yeah,
thing,
at least at the
weirdly.
end of a Woody Allen movie, he gets to fuck that 16-year-old. There's at least a good time in Source for somebody.
You know, you see everything really works out in the end. You know, you get to
Have you
fuck a
seen
high
Manhattan?
schooler.
I've never seen Manhattan.
No, I was gonna watch it the other night.
It's a great movie,
on, like,
but the
Amazon Prime
point
or
of it is, I'm gonna fuck Ernest Hemingway's granddaughter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sweet.
It's gonna be freaking awesome.
But Crimes and Misdemeanors is pretty hopeless.
Never seen Crimes and Misdemeanors.
unbelievable.
It's
I watched it the
incredible.
other night. It's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
that doesn't end sweet and huggy.
All right.
That
Yeah,
ends
that
pretty
ends,
hopeless.
but it ends like
It ends
yeah,
sweet and huggy for the antagonist.
No, yeah, I sort of, but I think that one is like very. I mean, I'm so stupid. I just was thinking about it later. I was like, oh, Crime and Punishment.
Yeah.
Well, he
Literally the other day I was
does
like,
Love and Death is Crime and Punishment. Have you seen Love and Death?
Love and Death is
No.
incredible.
I love Love
Is
and
that-
Death.
It's phenomenal. It's Woody.
Woody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal.
It's really good.
It's an incredible movie.
I've never read. I've tried to read Crime and Punishment like 3 times.
Love and Death might be my favorite one.
I think it is my favorite one.
You got to watch Crimes and Misdemeanors because it's a little more.
All right, I'll write it
little
down
more,
because I'll forget.
It's darker
Yeah, it's
than
great.
your average Woody movie.
I'm an hour through Andrei Rublev at the moment, and I am struggling. It
Andrei
is.
Rublev.
It's Tarkovsky. I really
Oh,
like
okay.
Stalker. It's long.
Yeah.
It's
It's not the one where he relives his life.
He's an icon painter. I think that might be someone's childhood. But hold on, crimes.
And Misdemeanors.
Misdemeanors.
Uh,
What's the one where? Yeah, I watched that one the other day. It was fucking actually pretty sick. It was really long.
I want a French onion soup so bad.
Let's go get Chinese soup.
I would so
I
love
feel
to.
like with Curb though, everything bothers him, but I'm like, this guy is really in touch with the human experience.
He knows
like,
how
if
he
you're getting
feels.
that riled up over the ice cream samples,
Yeah.
like you're really
Yeah,
in
yeah.
touch with being a person on this planet.
Well, this is what the rules of Judaism are for. I think to like because we all lie to ourselves about what we feel, and I think the laws given to the Jewish people are to take you out of yourself and to like go. This is how shit really
Is
You can if you live like this, then you'll have a greater. And Jews, as a result, really know how they feel about stuff.
yeah.
At all time, like not all Jews, not hashtag, not all Jews, but it is like I'll eat a meal with my Jewish friend. I'll go, I don't, it's just and she'll really know what was good and bad about it.
She's got a
This is
whole
a specific
critique laid
example.
out.
No,
I said my Jewish friend. I have so many Jewish friends.
No, a Jewish guy will complain about like foot pain that I know I wouldn't even have noticed.
Yeah.
If I had the same foot pain, I would have just
There's
walked
an
through
awareness,
it.
and that's
Yes.
the gift. That's what the law is for, to help like raise you
Yeah.
up in your consciousness.
Yeah.
Then you have to transcend that and have Christ's love. But it's an important first step.
Yeah. It's the first half.
Yeah. Man, they got him in the first half. I watched my first game of college football yesterday on the.
Oh, really? You'd
It was
never
on a
seen
laptop. I'd never watched. I'd watched a lot of NFL, but I'd never watched college football.
Would you watch?
I watched
Georgia?
Notre Dame get up.
Oh, Notre Dame.
yeah.
Yeah.
Beat the Aggies.
Wow. I mean, that's also they're like apparently that's their one hard game for the year.
The Notre
Yeah.
Dame?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Probably for a while till the end, and then they'll do. At the end, they'll have to play other Big Ten teams, so like they'll
Yeah.
have to go toe to toe with Michigan and Ohio State and stuff. But they have a lot of college football. The reason I don't like it that much is because the good teams just beat the shit out of these crappy schools, like
Yeah.
52-3.
52-0 yesterday, UT, Colorado State.
Snooze.
Old Mass, I think, got like 72-0 or something. Is it Old
Right.
Mass or Old Miss?
Old Miss.
Old Miss.
I take it back. We don't have in Australia running the score up as something you're not meant to do. I was on the Wikipedia page. I was thrilled. This is such a beautiful American, strange,
Yeah.
strange that you're like the slaughter rule comes in high school sports, and it's like we'll wrap this up. No need to
Yeah.
embarrass anybody. And then like you take the good players off if you're winning by
Yeah,
2
you
runs
sit
in
your
the
starters.
NFL.
Yeah.
That's also self-serving though, because you don't want them
wanna
to get
protect them.
injured in garbage
But
time.
in college football, you're not meant to just unless you like want to make a point. You choose to score fewer touchdowns.
yes.
Yeah.
This is alien to my people and my culture. It's not uncommon in AFL football, which has similar scoring to the NFL, to have like 200 point,
That's so funny.
especially like a country league, where if you can, you
No,
just
if
do it.
you do that in America, like if you're up
It's
7
considered
scores
really bad
and you
form.
throw another touchdown,
Yeah.
and you keep your starters in, you're passing even.
Yeah.
Like even if you're just passing and not running the ball, which runs the clock out, the coaches will get near fisticuffs
Yeah, they'll
at
fight.
center field after the
like,
game.
don't do this to my boys.
Shove each
Yeah.
other. What the fuck's your problem?
Right, in
Yeah.
baseball, if you're up like 13-0, a lot of the time you'll put in your worst, like put in non-pitchers to pitch just because you don't want to risk injury for a pitcher.
Yeah.
And if you hit a home run off that guy, the next game they'll throw a ball at you.
Yeah, they'll hit you with the ball.
Beam
This
you in
is
the
great.
head with a baseball.
Yeah,
because
this is great.
Because you hit a home run off a center
shitty
fielder who's
Yeah,
not even
in
supposed to be
sports,
pitching.
in American sports, we're kind of vigilantes if you're rude.
Yeah.
There's like
I just love that
unwritten
there's room
rules.
for
Yes, it's
decorum.
Unwritten rules.
Yeah.
We have
Decorum.
none of that. It's like you've got to fucking win every. I mean, you can change it. So I think because you need percentage as well in the NFL, and then they like max out on what the percentage can be for the game. So there's no like point of really demolishing somebody
What do you mean?
for like to determine percentage for who's going through at the end.
Oh yeah, there's
like
no,
where you are on the table.
Yeah,
Does that
that's
not come
only
into
wins.
it?
It's only wins.
How
Loss.
much
Only
you,
wins
yeah,
and
only
losses.
wins loss. It doesn't matter how much you win by.
What if you
Yeah.
tie on wins and losses?
Then
There's a
sometimes
million
there's
different
wild
tiebreakers.
cards.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
It'll never. It's statistically basically impossible for
It's
you to
incredible.
not have some tiebreaker to go to.
Yeah, what do they go to?
So first, it would start with what was your record against each other,
Yeah.
and then if you went like 1-1, if you're in the same division, then it would be like, what's your record in the conference?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like
Wow.
at
Conference
some
record,
point
yeah.
there will be some variable that'll put one team above the other.
But like a win is a win. That's
Right.
it. Like a good win doesn't count for more.
Strength of schedule, I think. Would
Strength
be,
of schedule
I
comes
think
into it.
that would be like the third or fourth one down.
That'd be way down.
Yeah.
Man,
Did you beat better teams? How did you fare against the best
this is
teams?
so much regulation. We don't have this nuance.
Yeah.
So you guys just kick the
We
shit
have
out of
just
each other.
win, and then it's like you get a percentage. Like we got 177% of the points that the other team got at the end of the year.
yeah.
I like
High
that.
up the
Soccer's that
ladder.
way too, with like goals, like total goals.
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
No, but the fact that you would on purpose rein it in
Yeah.
is lovely.
Right.
And that like by not doing it, you can make a point of like it's more meaningful. Like maybe like a coach gets fired from a team and then he brings his team, you know, he goes and coaches a new team and they come
Yeah.
and play the old team. It's like we're running the score up today.
Or like if the guys,
Love that.
if they were talking,
I've
shit
seen all
in
the accounts.
warm-ups.
You can read on Wikipedia like top running the score up.
Oh yeah,
Accounts.
yeah. They'll do it to like
Yeah.
fuck you. If,
Yeah.
if they're rivals, maybe if
So
they hate each
we,
other.
we have all the guys from both teams warming up in the same field, and sometimes they'll start shit talking before the game, and that's a lot of times a reason to run the score up.
Yeah.
Right, so like
if-
these boys need to be taught a lesson.
I was just trying to fucking mind my business, stretch out my hammies.
Yeah.
And you started yapping at me from the other side of the field.
I
And
love
now we're
this.
throwing an 8th touchdown.
Yeah, fuck you. Now we're throwing it down the field.
Yeah.
I mean, that's important.
Because you
you're a
ruined my
military
calf
power,
stretch.
so you need that restraint
Right.
Yeah.
and decorum because you can do anything. The rest of the world, America, you could have just nuked
wipe them
everybody.
off
You
the
could have run
map.
the score up on
Yes.
World War II.
Yeah.
But you said, no. We'll do the dignified thing. I like, oh, man. On that, when you were saying about the throwing softies to
Yeah.
the, okay,
Yes.
here's the flip side in in cricket. So you have men of many different sizes, and typically like a spin bowler might be a small guy.
Yeah.
Everybody has to bat.
Right.
So even if you're like a spin bowler and you can't bat at all and you're a tiny guy, you don't know how to handle the bat. You're so good at the bowling that it's fun. But it's not like baseball where you get like 2 swings and move on.
Yeah.
Cricket, you can be there for days.
Yeah.
Like it's just this, as soon as you make a mistake, you go out, but you'll just be there. And so they'll bring in at the end, like the final guy who just has to hold on for, I don't know, like he has to get 10 runs or he has to be there for a certain amount of time. And you bring in the fast bowlers to just like repeatedly hit him in the face. And it just happens at the end where like the man is doing the most brutal thing possible to the man who can do the least to resist it.
Yeah.
And what do we call that? Maybe like asking some rather difficult questions. It's
Yeah.
one of the euphemisms. But
Yeah, America has a very
You live for
Cold
it.
War nature to the sports.
it really
You
is
know,
like
there's it's like a Cuban Missile Crisis energy.
you've got to
where it's
win.
like,
You've
I
got to
don't
win
wanna
the
do
right
this.
way.
Yeah.
We don't want to get ourselves hurt.
Right.
We don't really want boots on the ground.
Yeah.
We can
Consequences
have a
for
proxy
victory
war.
as well.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
kind of worried about PR.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a gentlemanly. Like who was like Oakland Raiders had like a bad rep. Would
Yeah.
they like run the score up on people? Would that
They were
be a
just
part
like
of
violent.
that?
They're violent.
They
Just
used to be
violent.
violent.
Hurt
They used to be play
people.
dirty. Yeah.
Bill
Hurt people.
Romanowski would, he was a dirty player, and he would put his helmet in the middle of your back.
Yeah, he'd spike
I mean,
you.
terrible.
Yeah.
Is that called spiking somebody?
Spiking,
Yeah,
I think
spearing.
Spearing, yeah,
Spearing.
spearing.
And they're bringing in the padded helmet this year, right? Like you wear a
Yeah,
helmet.
but there's
Guardian
some people who
helmets.
have the Guardian.
They don't look
helmets.
Yeah.
as stupid as I thought they would. At first,
Yeah.
I was
You
really
gotta.
pissed
I
about
mean,
it.
everybody should probably wear the Guardian helmet. I mean, everyone they're killing their
I'd
wives.
say-
Here's
and
my
sucking
thing with the
their own
Guardian.
cocks.
I mean, here's my
They're
thing with
fucking
the-
going crazy.
If you're going to bring it in, you have to make it mandatory so that some guys don't look weak. And
The wife
Yeah.
killing is
Okay.
a workplace hazard. Number one.
I am not.
A CTE apologist.
You gotta
dude.
pay
That
the
shit is
cost
fucked. It's
to
like,
be
you
the
gotta
I'm a
gotta
get
big
rid of it.
CT apologist. I'm a fucking American. and I love football,
They
and
didn't
I
know
don't
about
want them to
CTE
ruin
until
it.
like 10 minutes ago.
Dude,
there's
they're
no way that
watering
football
down the
survives.
sport. James,
You're holding out. NFL is held out longer than most other sports that have traumatic head stuff. But there's with how litigious this country is,
It's crazy.
there's no way you're.
But they're so rich they can handle all
The
this.
NFL, because Roger Goodell's a
There's
little
a lot of
serpent.
guys.
Roger Goodell's
Yeah, I
the
don't know who
commissioner
Roger-
of the
okay.
NFL.
Yeah,
He's
commissioner.
the highest
yeah.
level up.
So he's
executive.
trying to like kick this down the line.
He's a big pussy snake PR lover. Like he's a scumbag, and he'll bend to whatever the lawsuit is or whatever the public opinion is. What the NFL needs is an authoritarian psychopath like Dana White
Nice.
to just go, fuck you, people die, whatever. Like, and then the rules will stop. If they had a Dana White in the NFL, all these bitch ass rules would stop. We'd get more
You
tackles.
think so though? But
yes.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I think the NFL is much more popular than UFC, and UFC is inherently much more violent. And also, there's not
No one gets that.
it's
injured
not happened yet. There's not been an Aaron Hernandez for the UFC, has there?
War Machine. The
Wait,
guy
am I wrong? Didn't Aaron
beat his
Hernandez?
wife.
brutally.
Oh.
I think she ruptured multiple organs.
Okay, never mind. That was pretty bad. It was that porn star,
We condemn
Christy
that.
Mack.
Christy Mack.
Terrible.
War Machine, but I don't know if he was in the UFC. He might have been Bellator. So he
Fair.
might have
He's a
been not.
different-
I mean,
league.
when you do embark on a
I mean,
relationship
John
with
Jones.
somebody called War Machine, there are, I'm just. There
Wait,
were
who-
signs
yeah.
that he wasn't.
So yeah, just
I'm not shaming anybody, but I don't know anything about this case. His name is War Machine. Please.
Yeah, that's who we traded
Yeah.
for.
Mr. Machine
They're
was my
doing
father.
They're doing a Dateline documentary, and she's like, "The first few years, War Machine was so sweet."
Very hard for a man called War Machine
Yes.
to protest his innocence. War Machine wouldn't hurt a fly.
he's speaking in third person.
And in 2011,
War Machine would
Machine's
never do.
personality changed.
War Machine has been hit in the head over 3,000
He's more of a cold War Machine.
Dude, War Machine.
Depending on which war.
Yeah,
But
If
beat
the
the shit out of War
NFL does
Machine?
go soft, you'll just have another league, I would think, pop up. Like that.
The
America's
XFL.
free enough.
yes,
Yeah, it's been tried before, but people were still fairly happy with the NFL at the time.
yeah,
people are
there'll be
still
a void in the
amped.
marketplace
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
violence.
V is for
This
violence.
feels like a this feels like a bad '90s movie. Didn't they do this?
the
maybe.
ring,
Like
the
Murder
ringings?
Ball or something? You know,
Murder
Like
Ball.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah,
I think, yeah, if you just started watching American football, you're gonna grow to hate the new rule. The new rules.
Now, where is the new? What are you looking at?
Every
Kickoff
year
rules.
they add a new little something
No,
that
listen,
kind of
my-
waters down the game.
AFL
The-
football is it's like 10 new rules a year and no one knows what they are. It's
Yeah.
unofficiated. The extent to which NFL looks like everybody knows the rules and there's almost no big arguments about something that's happened. It happens,
Yeah,
but it's 15 times a game in our football. It's such a relief to see people seemingly knowing what the rules are, at least in NFL.
why in soccer they don't?
In Aussie rules football, which is just the one we made up, it's not an international game. There aren't enough people. Like, it's very popular in Australia.
Yeah,
But, like, there's no... In soccer, you can't really fuck with the rules because it's international and no one will go along with it. But AFL, the amount of rule changes every year are nuts. And people playing the game and looking at the... Like, the players don't know what the rules are. People watching at home don't know what the rules are. It's at a genuine crisis point and you need to fix it.
that's another thing. The PR point for the NFL for American sports. They throw flags now if a hit is just hard. It
Yeah.
can be a technically legal hit,
Yeah.
but if you really fuck the guy up, it's almost like the refs are saving face and they'll toss a
They
little
call
flag
it what
out there.
defenseless player.
Yeah, but that is really more so like how brutal did it look? Even
Yeah.
if technically you tackled him
Well,
in
if the guy
perfect form.
didn't get hurt that badly, if it looks bad, they'll still...
If
get
it
away.
looks bad, they'll toss
It's
the
always
flag.
passes
Wow.
across the middle because the safety's coming down and the guy's looking back.
We call them
towards the
hospital
quarterback.
balls.
Yeah,
Hospital pass.
Hospital
we would
pass.
call
Yeah.
it,
So like he just gets wailed in the middle.
Yeah.
Because it's full sprint safety guy fucking running over dead center in the field
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
absolutely slammed to death.
These guys run like 23 miles an
And
hour, and
he
they
puts-
get like
yeah,
a
yeah.
30
And the
yard
general
head
rule used
start.
to be like leading with your head, or like there used to be like
It'd be
specific
like running
criteria.
into a brick
Helmet to
wall at
helmet,
40.
helmet to helmet,
Then it was
40
leading
miles
with the
an hour.
and
head.
then it was leading with the head.
And now
You're not allowed
it's-
to leave with the head.
defenseless receiver. So
Now
you
it's,
need
you can do a perfect tackle, lead shoulder. He jumps in the
What?
air.
But if
you,
the guy's leaving himself open, you're not meant to tackle him? That's
you
insane.
can,
You
but you're
need
not
to
supposed to
wait-
fucking full sprint. Kick
he
his
needs
ass.
to be aware that you're there. You can't like blindside
You're
him
meant
anymore.
to treat him like he's a quarterback. Or
Yeah,
kind of. You're supposed to go for
I
the
mean, in the
ball.
All-Star game, they don't destroy people.
No,
Yeah.
they turn that to actual flag football now
Yeah.
in the Pro Bowl. It's
Oh, it
flag
is
football.
flag
Yeah, no,
football.
it's genuine,
Football.
yeah.
I thought they were just treating each other gently.
No,
They
used
used
to be.
to.
Yeah.
But now they're like, dude, why are we playing tackle football when we don't need to? Like,
Yeah.
let's chill the fuck out.
That I'm fine with. Nobody watched the Pro Bowl.
No, Pro Bowl
anyways.
was stupid
Sucks.
anyway. I like the quarterback drills; those are fun.
Those
you
are
know,
the fun ones.
right? You know,
The,
I've never seen it. I've only read
NBA
about
All Star
it.
Game is the one. That's the one.
yeah, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
3-point contest,
MLB
dunk
All Star
contest.
Game's sick too.
Yeah, home run derby.
Home run derby's awesome.
What time of the year is the NBA All-Star game? NBA All-Star
What would be
game?
midway through the season? Like January, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I got a long time
Because
away.
the finals are usually in June.
Mm-hmm.
The playoffs are in May and June. So I think halfway through the season is January.
It's weird that you've got like the other two national sports don't seem to result in any serious injuries for your
Baseball
life.
or-
Like baseball, people I don't know do an arm or
Yeah.
something or do a shoulder. Basketball, niggly little things.
Yeah.
like.
They
And then
break
you've got a
their-
sport where
their
people
knees.
become murderous,
Yeah,
70 IQ. like
yeah,
you just destroy the brain.
yeah. They
Yes.
melt their fucking heads.
They drop from 90 to 70.
Yeah, you might have to.
20-point.
You
drop.
might, as a
American
country,
Hand is
have
at
to
a
just get
rough
back behind
18.8.
baseball. How's baseball not making hay out of this? Baseball seems like it's in
Baseball's
free fall.
technically the most watched live sport, but it's because there's 162 games.
Yeah,
but,
per
I
game
mean,
it'd be lower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
surely.
is.
It's too many. There's just too much.
It's too much, and it's
like
I
a
think
volume game. where
a
it's-
lot
Yeah.
of people think it's boring. It's a slow paced game.
which they've made it way faster now with pitch count. I think it's much better.
I do too.
A lot of people don't like the pitch count because it kind of ruined the kind of slowness and kind
What
of.
did they change? They just got like a clock
amount
where
of
you have to
time,
do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, so it
that's
used
all
to
right.
be like kind of like the snap count where it's like it countdowns from 40 and you have to get the play going.
Yeah.
They do that with pitches where it's like 20 seconds, 15
Yeah, 20
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah. So like it used to be the pitcher could take as much time as he wanted between pitches. He
I'm
could
glad
take
they've-
unlimited breaks. You could just step
I'm-
off the mound and do whatever you wanted.
Pitch count makes baseball better to watch on TV, but it's not as fun live because you
Yeah.
used to go to a baseball game
For
going,
5
I know I'm going
hours.
to be there for 5 hours. I'm going to get wasted and
Yeah.
have 4 hot dogs.
And I assume the tension then would be allowed to like build like at the bottom.
Yeah,
of the
that's why
ninth.
people want to get rid of it for the playoffs, I've heard, which I
Yeah.
think is
Yeah.
a good could be cool.
yeah.
maybe get rid of it at a certain point, like
Right.
after the 8th inning.
What I liked was the opposite of the tension, which was that baseball games are so long that if I go to Yankee Stadium, I could tune in and tune out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They call
Well,
it
this
a
is cricket is
picnic.
perfect for this.
Yeah.
Cricket
Yeah.
is one game, 5 days.
Crazy.
That's a test match, and it's great.
Yeah.
cricket is pretty sick. I don't really understand it, but I'll randomly get like highlights on my phone. I'm like, it's pretty nice.
Well, America's getting better at it.
Yeah.
You beat Pakistan. When,
Are they pretty
T20.
good?
That's all
They're-
they care about.
India and
is
Pakistan are
jihad
very, very-
and these are the big two.
They're like,
That's-
I can't jihad today. I have
And
cricket.
they love cricket so much that if someone was like, "Do you want jihad or cricket?" It would
gotta
be a
say,
line ball.
It's
maybe.
bad look for a sport if Indians are the best at it. That's not a good look for a sport.
But there's so many
Australia-
of them. They
look,
got to be good.
Australia beats them fairly regularly, and there's 30 million of us. So if
Okay.
America seriously got into cricket, I think you'd be fine.
If we got black guys into cricket, you'd be
Well, no,
fucked.
we've seen that because the West Indies, so like the Caribbean, loves cricket, and so we've seen what
Jamaicans
a team
love
of
cricket, yeah.
huge, strong black guys look like on the
Are they
cricket
nasty
field.
at
pretty
cricket?
good.
Yes, they're great. They're great. They had some more recent success, but there was a couple decades there where they were falling out. But like,
Yeah.
great fast bowling, great hitting it for the fences.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to be too race sciencey here,
Go ahead. It's a safe space.
but you look at the Olympics and
Yeah.
you think, well, the African nations are going to fucking crush everyone.
Sprinting?
Sprinting, they do.
Fuck out of here.
No,
But
not
that's
sprinting,
Americans.
Not sprinting.
Well, Jamaicans.
Jamaicans and Americans.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're black guys.
That's fair.
They're not white guys.
They're not white guys, but black American athletes are like the best athletes in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
course.
you're also pumping heaps of money into it.
It's
And
got to
there's-
be money, right?
I think part of it is
You don't
man,
think it's genetic?
There's a book called Taboo.
I don't know.
The book is called something like Taboo: Why Black Athletes Win.
Fuck yeah.
And I read it. I should remember more about it, but it was like when they focus on specific things like marathon running, they're like marathons are won like 90% of them are Kenyans.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then they look deeper into it and they're like, and 90% of those Kenyans are from one mountain in Kenya.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
It's very high altitude. There's like all these things going on.
The
for this particular
Kilimanjaro
thing.
training or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can have outliers, but the argument was that you couldn't mess with
Yeah.
that. But I think a
Kipchoge,
lot of it
he's
is just where people are in society. Like, Jews were really good at basketball. Like 100 years ago,
And then they kind of, then sports got integrated, and it's like, all right.
I think they probably joined the middle class, and
Move
it was
over,
like,
Jews.
my son wants to be a basketball player. No, don't think so.
I'm sweating a lot, and it's my ankle hurts. What if we just own the league?
Undignified.
If we could own the league, it would be kind of
Jewish.
David Stern was Jewish. Adam Silver's got to be Jewish.
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver's Jewish.
I bet.
He looks like a toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Adam Silver might be Jewish.
There are still
He
white
looks like,
positions in the NFL, though, right?
There are what?
There are white positions in the NFL.
Yeah,
Less and less.
We're losing quarterback.
Quarterback
gone.
was the last one.
What about
Yeah.
like offensive linesmen?
Kicker and punter, but there's a
O-line
couple
is
black
pretty-
kickers. and punters.
Really?
Yeah.
Kickers and punters
That's
and quarterbacks.
that's how Aussies get in.
Yeah.
That's our only
They
way.
punt, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a nasty Aussie punter. I forget his name.
But the best O linemen are black now.
Yeah, there's a
Trent
lot of black
Williams,
ones.
Laramie
Okay.
Tunsil, they're giant
Oh,
black
Trent
guys.
Williams is so fucking sick.
Unreal. They're black guys.
So
Christian
good.
Darrisaw, they're black
That's a
dudes.
great black guy
Offensive
football
lineman
name.
name.
Yeah.
What was his name again?
Christian Darrisaw.
Christian Darrisaw.
Ohio
Christian
State University.
Darrisaw.
Yeah, no, that fucking rocks.
There was some great names
Yeah.
in the Notre Dame game.
We had a black offensive lineman that played for the Jets named DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
Brickashaw.
DeBrickashaw.
DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
if I could name a child Debrickashaw.
Brickashaw.
Are Aussie names just English?
Yeah, we got some weird ones.
Do you have unique Aussie names?
The abbreviation. I mean, like everyone gets an O. Dave O.
Yeah,
You have Steve O. Well,
J-Mo?
Jamo. Yeah, Steve O. We do call people Steve O.
Yeah.
Is he Steve O?
Steve-O.
No, we just go Steve O, Dave O.
No, this is...
We have so many. I mean, we have
Yeah.
bogan names. We have like fusion
what
names.
are the Bogan names?
I just took a nap. I'm struggling, but no, it's all right. But there's some like, man, I got to look it up because I don't want to let my country down. But they're
No,
not
it's
coming
all
to
right.
me immediately.
It's okay.
What's going on with the Aborigines? How are they doing?
Up and down. Down
Peaks
at
and
the
valleys.
moment. There's currently a down.
Yeah?
My belly's showing. Hold on, bogan. We call them bogan. Do you know the term bogan?
That's
No.
kind of like white trash. Not to be
Yeah, but
offensive.
you don't have to. Sometimes they. Here we go. No, not bogan as a name. The Irish name bogan. Hold on, they're good names. Like Jaden.
Okay.
Jaden. I'm trying to
That's
think
a
of.
black guy name
That's
here.
a black guy name here, Jaden.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Smith.
Jaden McDaniels.
Here we go.
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith.
Give me any of the names. Give me any of the names. Oh, there are so many of them. Yeah, Jaden, but spelt in many different ways. But then it'll be like Hayden, Jaden, Kalen, Caden, Braden,
Yeah.
Zayden.
This is also white guy names
Sharon's
here.
a big one.
Yeah,
Sharon,
these are like,
a woman named Sharon?
A woman named Sharon.
these are like white frat guy names.
Well,
Yeah.
Daryl is a white name in my country.
Wow.
My father is a Daryl. And so when he found out that that was a black name here,
Yeah.
he was thrilled.
Yeah,
he felt like he was
he
"Ooh,
felt like he's part of something.
Cool.
very hip.
It's kind of like Jamal or whatever. Or not Jamal, Jermaine.
Jermaine? Yeah.
Jermaine's like a black guy
We would
name
have
here.
Jermaines.
Yeah, Jermaine.
Jermaines and Jamals, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to
There's
get
no
some
white Jamals.
Tyrones. Some
We don't have
Tyrones
any-
going on
I've heard
in
about
Australia.
Tyrone.
I've seen
we
a
don't
white
have that.
Tyrone in my life, I think.
What was it about Aboriginal people? How are they doing?
Yeah, how they doing?
You know,
Checking in.
yeah, we had a big vote on whether or not they could have like a special access to Parliament. Like they could have
they get a guy in
Softball.
there.
Affirmative action.
It was complicated. They wanted to call it The Voice, but no one. I thought that was like the TV show.
It's taken.
But they were like, it's a voice, and some people were like, this is just an advisory body, and some people were like, this is another.
Their chairs
This is
turn.
another chamber of government. Yeah, that's why I did a whole bit about it. Like, I'll support The Voice, but only if it works like a TV show. And then I do a lot of jokes that only people who know specific Aboriginal people would be able to resonate with. Didn't work in America. So many reasons.
Yeah.
You're doing it in
But
Cincinnati.
you guys know Aboriginal people? Yeah. It's rough. There's no way forward that we've
Guys,
figured
mate,
out.
fuck, no, I'm
what
I'm
is-
against abortion, man. Fuck that.
What is the history of Aboriginal? Is this like they just got owned by the British and then
Yeah, we
completely
took it.
yeah.
There was, I mean, the Maori had a big fight back.
Yeah.
And was, I think, briefly at a standstill. And then, like, the British were going to have reinforcements, but they were fucked.
Yeah.
So they signed a treaty.
With the
And
Maori?
with the Maori.
Maori.
Are you Pacifica? You don't have any Pacific Island in there?
No, I'm Sicilian,
Really?
And Lebanese.
Lebanese.
You could pass for,
A Pacific
like,
Islander.
1/8 Samoan, for sure.
Yeah, you could be like a
Yeah.
half Samoan.
I'm way too small to be a Samoan. Those are big people.
Wait, what's your last name?
Tuma?
I thought that was a Pacifica name.
No, Tuma's actually
Tuma.
Lebanese.
No, Tuma's what happens when you
Middle East.
smoke too many cigarettos. But the Aboriginal people, yeah, we We just took it.
Yeah. Did you consign them to reservations?
It's more complicated than the Trail of Tears was
'cause
here.
that's what we did here.
But we definitely there are now regions.
We just took them from Ohio and put them in fucking Tennessee. We're like,
there was some movement.
Yeah.
There was some shuffling around.
Yeah.
We haven't figured it out. Yeah. This is also
displacement, I think they might call it.
Repatriation. I don't know. It's it's not good. It's genuinely
no
very
way
bad.
To handle it.
Yeah.
And Americans have started to find out about it,
It's that
which
awful
is
line
concerning.
between Western.
Why is it concerning?
Well, for a long time, we got to feel superior. We were like, we didn't have slavery.
Yeah.
Nah. And now all these Americans will be like, what's happening with the Aborigine? I can't do the American. Dude, what's happening with the Aborigines?
That's pretty
Why
good.
are you guys so nasty to the Aborigines?
Dude,
That's pretty good.
You're just learning to do American accents and Shane's
It's just
tone.
Shane. It's just
Shane.
Why are you
Dude.
so nasty?
Dude, the Aborigines are gay.
No, he's always very positive about the Aboriginal people. You can't say Aborigine in Australia. You got to say Aboriginal. That's
Aboriginal.
I don't know why
Is
Aborigine.
Aborigine a slur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, rather than helping in any meaningful way, we just pick whatever nice term we're meant to say at the moment, and then hope that let's just kick that down the line. But you guys were very bad to the Native Americans, and you're not.
No.
You were very bad.
No.
And you're not ready to talk about that. It's all slavery all the time.
Brother,
There's
that's the
no
last-
Native American stuff.
That's the last time we ran up the score.
That went overboard. Casinos was a very small consolation.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do?
I don't know
There's also not that many of them.
anymore.
I wonder how. Yeah.
Well,
How
it's
that came to be.
not that big of a problem anymore. There's 10 million?
If that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's 10 million Native Americans.
I don't think
There's
What
a lot
percentage?
where I'm from because there's a reservation.
Yeah. There's a handful of
in
reservations.
Florida there's a
to visit.
reservation.
I'm
I've seen a couple of
Buffalo.
In
reservations
Buffalo.
now.
Yeah, there's one in Florida. I'm going to look up.
I've been at so many of the casinos. I thought they'd be Native American themed, Indian themed,
not
but it's just
really.
normal.
Yeah, you're right.
No, they know the
9.7
demo.
million.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nailed it. 9.7 million. Pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah.
9.7 million.
9.7 million. So what is that?
Double New Zealand.
Yeah, 10 over 400, or, whatever that is.
It's 2.5%.
Yeah, 2.5% of the population.
I was reading about a great Native. You had at the time, the world's greatest athlete was an Indian guy.
Mm-hmm.
Who and then they took some of the medals away because it was from a time that the Olympics you couldn't have a job. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You couldn't have a job if you were in the
It was
Olympics?
only amateurs, so it was meant to be just for gentlemen. And then they found out that he'd
You couldn't
done
be
a
a
little
pro
work or
athlete?
something.
That's
Yeah.
dumb.
Oh, it's so much better.
Natives are.
That's better?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the commercialization is a problem. What's the game that gets people most fired up in this country? High school ball.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to know people, communities. That's better than a higher standard of play. Is knowing the guy.
That's why I
getting
think
tackled.
Little League World Series best sports there is.
Why
You ever watch that?
the World Series?
12-year-old
League.
No, Little League World Series. It's
12-year-olds.
12-year-old boys
They
playing.
broadcast
It's-
this?
Yes, every summer.
That's nuts.
Yes.
Did you play in it?
No,
but he watches it.
I watch it
every
year,
second
though.
of it.
I
Alone.
love
He
those
watches
fellas.
it alone.
I love that.
Yeah, they're awesome.
He goes to
And
the games.
I go to the games. I cheer them on.
Wears his nicest outfit.
Yeah, I'm by myself.
Little
Yeah.
bow tie.
Yeah, they go, which one's yours? I go, fuck off. That's what.
Do you really go and see the Little League?
No, I don't go in person. I just
he
watch
does.
it.
That's
He
fine.
packs it. God, yeah,
He does.
In
I
New
go to
Zealand,
Williamsport.
You
in
pack
New
it, he
Zealand,
packs
they
it
will
back.
televise a couple schoolboy games of rugby, but I know of no other place that they,
Yeah, they-
put on television.
Schoolboy baseball.
Little boy
Yeah.
baseball.
Little boy baseball.
Little boy.
Stuff I'm Googling.
Well,
But-
because college football is so much more exciting in some sense than professional football. It can go wrong at any point and turn around so quickly, and people are scared of making mistakes. I know maybe you're I'm
Yeah.
a convert to college ball,
Because
and I
you're
imagine
in
with children,
You're in an area that's obsessed with it.
I am seeing a lot of the Longhorns.
If you
people
were
now.
living in
Yeah.
Philadelphia or Pittsburgh, you would
You
love
wouldn't give a
pro
shit,
ball.
yeah.
I was
You
living
wouldn't give
just
a fuck.
outside of Pittsburgh, and I get the Steelers. I'm a Steelers man.
Yeah.
You know, God bless the Steelers. Maybe this is our year. Who knows? It's not. It never is. But, no, college, something about watching youth,
Yeah.
the possibilities
This guy
that come
gets
with
it, dude.
youth. I get it.
Yeah. Well, because literally World Series,
He likes
there's
them
no
even
money.
younger.
There's no money.
Fetus ball.
Yeah,
fetus ball. And they play for pure pride. It's pure competition. There's no money involved. The only thing is I want to win because I love my friends on my team and I want us all to win together. And
Isn't
your
that nice?
father is coaching.
Yeah.
And then they'll go to a pitcher will be having a hard time and they'll mic up the coach and it's like his father talking to his son. his son's crying on the mound, and he has to stop him crying, and then they win the game. I mean,
I
it's
would
beautiful.
take- but
it's
I would-
fucking Air Bud. It's fucking Mighty Ducks.
I would take the other take to that to go, these people are working so hard because they know how much money they can make. Whereas when I see Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, and I know they get $60 million a year and they're fighting for every inch, I'm like, all they're after is legacy. They already have more money than they could
that's
ever need.
true. I mean, but yeah, that's true. But then there's also this resignation. It's like you lose a certain game. You're like, whatever. I'm walking home. I made $12 million this year, and I'm not even that great of a player.
I mean, that's.
Yeah,
I like
but
that it's
those
the
are the
love.
scrubs anyway.
I know, but I'm just saying, there's not as much pride involved. Getting
That is
traded.
weird
Also,
that they've gone back to, because it was all amateurs. There were rules against professionalism in sports for years. But then they're paying them so much money, they've effectively they've built a new aristocracy that plays the game, that doesn't have to play the game anymore because they've got so much money.
Yes.
That's
But I
kind of
think
nice.
there's dude, a 41-year-old billionaire LeBron James going that hard every night. There's pride.
yeah, you're right.
All he's after is pride. He doesn't need anything else.
Yeah, he just loves the game.
He loves ball.
Can't
I
help
mean, his
himself.
son is
Terrible.
trying to escape shame. I
Yes.
think.
He's trying to escape fucking myocarditis.
Yeah.
Wait, does he have a myocarditis?
He had a
problem?
heart attack.
He had a heart attack.
What?
It's
Bronny
not
James.
myocarditis.
When?
It's something like he's like a heart murmur.
While
He
playing?
has like arrhythmia or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Is he?
Yeah.
Has that season started?
No.
No.
Well, he might shine. He might do great. I'm
He's
sure
going
he's
to get
just
no
as
play
good as
time.
the
He's
other.
terrible.
Yeah, he's just gonna bench.
He's
They're gonna
atrocious.
play
He's going to
him.
be on the G League team.
No,
Yeah,
they're
for
going to.
sure.
LeBron is going to insist that they play his boy.
They'll be terrible.
They might like play for ceremonial, maybe just like something. It's just a moment, just for father and son to play together. That's never happened.
Well, he's going to need to train. He's going to be a specialist. He's going to need to train to be a little ferocious defender like a Patrick Beverly or a PJ Tucker. He's going to need to do one job really well
Man of my
in a
league.
specific situation. Small,
Yeah.
relentless, hardworking defender.
The orange one in Space Jam. You see the orange one? There was a little one.
Oh yeah.
Remember there was a little one in
little
Space
on
Jam?
the
Maybe he was
Monstars?
purple.
Yeah.
What was he? Was he red? What color
know
was
you're
the little
talking
one?
about.
Do you know Gary Payton?
No.
Ah, okay.
I know nothing about basketball.
No, I
Okay.
don't know anything about basketball. either.
Okay. Yeah.
It is beautiful when I see a friend who I didn't know was good at basketball.
Be nice.
Just like play, just like
It's a pretty game.
Yeah, it's
Do all the
very
stuff.
it's fluid.
It's
and
an
beautiful.
aesthetically pleasing
it's maybe
game.
if you're good at it, it's one of the most impressive
So
things
graceful.
for just
Yes.
a 35-year-old dad to
Yeah.
whip out is
Yeah, it's amazing.
being good at basketball and then just immediately blow out a knee.
Just
It is
land
beautiful to
and tear an
watch.
ACL.
Oh man, a dear friend of mine just blew out an ACL at a soccer game in London. No, in Edinburgh. He was doing the festival. And what is particular about this is his 5th ACL. He's done 3 on one leg and 2 on the other.
Oof.
Yeah.
Is he a good athlete?
He's a comedian. He just keeps doing it at like pickup games of soccer.
Oh, God.
And then plays
Stop
so
playing soccer.
hard.
Stop playing.
Amos Gill just blows out his legs.
Amos,
And he's
stop.
like
Amos.
he's on crutches on cobblestone streets in Edinburgh limping
Oh
to
my
his shows.
God.
And he can't stop. He goes, it's the only time I feel alive. I regret nothing.
That's one of the worst cities on the planet to blow out an ACL.
It would be a real mistake.
There, the Amalfi Coast, a lot of stairs. Machu Picchu.
I think he went to Croatia afterwards and was like limping around the cliffs of Croatia.
This guy's a trooper.
LA is going to be fine for him. You just sit in the Tesla and
Yeah.
zip around.
Just sit in traffic.
Why did you both decide? I mean, you know a lot of people who came to Austin before
Right.
you were in a social. Was there any question about staying in New York or going somewhere else? If you were to go somewhere other than New York, where
It would
you
just
have
be
gone?
here in New York.
That's
Here
it.
in New York,
you would
yeah.
never go to LA.
No.
No.
It's horrible. Comedy, I just...
It's just not for stand up. We're just trying to do stand up set.
Yeah.
There's only... Stand-up wise, there's only 3 really good clubs, and everybody that works them... Not everybody, but 90% of the people working them are like arena acts or were. And now that the arena acts left... Sometimes they don't get the crowds they used to. It takes a really
Yeah.
long time. There's also not that much stage time. I don't
As
like that
it's
city. I
close
hate
to-
that city. I
yeah.
really
It
disdain
is in many ways a bad city. The weather
detest
is great.
It's beautiful.
The heat here is a problem.
Yeah,
It's an
not
issue.
good.
It's got to be said. I've heard people say it's not a problem.
No, it's
They
an
lying.
issue. It was
Yeah.
107 the other day. It was crazy.
And it's just 100 for
Humid too.
days at a time.
Yeah, it'll be like 50% humidity.
Have you
Yeah, it's
been
like-
to the springs, though?
Springs
Love
are
the
nice.
springs.
Springs are great. I did
Springs
a
are
flip.
nice.
You did a flip?
I did a flip off the board.
Nice.
Yeah.
A backflip?
A forward flip.
Forward flip.
Which I'm
nice.
told is harder. So
I heard
Front flip
it's
is harder.
I always did forward flips because I was afraid of backflipping. For some reason, in the back of my mind, I just can't do it. I think I'm going to snap my neck.
Really? That's
Because
an
I like to
intrusive
see
thought.
where I'm going.
yeah, I understand.
I like to see where I'm going. Going backwards is like makes me anxious.
I'll be giving it a go. That's my next.
Backflip.
Yeah, I got to learn how to do a backflip.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That
It's just
should
like
be-
a bucket list thing for me. I'm so scared of it.
James Donald Forbes McCann's backflip plan.
I don't want people on the internet to see me with my shirt off, so no one can ever know. No one can ever know
Hell
what it's
yeah.
like.
Did you ever jump off that bridge?
Which bridge?
At
There's
the
like
spring.
a 30-foot bridge over
no.
over the spring. If you go down away
Oh,
from the
no.
pool, maybe a quarter mile away from the
No,
pool.
I only go to the paid.
Christoph
the
loves
paid
it.
I
bit.
love the bridge. I jump off the bridge.
You jump off a
It's
bridge?
probably
He jumps
20,
off the
30
bridge
feet
a lot.
up.
I would love to come and jump off
Yeah,
the bridge.
just jump
should
off
do
the
it.
bridge, dude. Let's
Is
go
it
to the
safe?
springs.
Is there a big hole at the bottom of the bridge?
Yeah, I mean, it's like 20 some odd feet deep. It's very deep.
All right.
You'll hit the ground if you'll hit the ground, but not very hard. I've touched it's a mud bottom, so it's soft.
Oh, okay. But couldn't you get lodged in it and drown?
No,
Okay,
no,
great.
no
Yeah,
way.
that's all I need to hear.
Yeah, it's great. And then there's a big rope swing too on the other side.
Love that.
Yeah, I feel like such a pussy when I do a rope swing, dude.
Why?
Roasting's bad.
Because
You
you
can't.
have
You
to.
never let go at the top of the swing. You
Well,
always come
no,
back in and
because
go,
you have to like grab like
It's a lot of upper body strength.
above my
Oh,
head
yeah,
and
it
then
is
pull
tough.
myself to here while flying.
Oh, no,
and
I can
like,
never really
eat
pull up.
Shit,
It's kind of like a pull-up.
I start the pull up, and what happens is I don't hold it long enough, and I just fall like off.
Yeah,
because my
but
feet
into the
hit
beautiful.
We had a
crystal clear springs.
we had a rope swing growing up, and all my friends would do it, but I would see them almost die because there were rocks if you jumped off
Oh,
too
God,
shallow.
yeah.
And they would always call me a pussy for not wanting to do it. And then one time I got like really drunk. I just made sure I got drunk enough that my inhibitions were low enough to do it.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I almost died. I was bad at it. I mean, I wouldn't have been good sober.
Yeah.
And I was a fat
Drunk,
kid.
you would have been
I was
terrible.
very bad.
How fat
drunk.
were you as a kid?
I'm not like obese,
He was a
but
normal
chubby.
chubby kid, yeah.
Normal chubby kid, and yeah, my friends were like, "Come on!" They're all excited, and then I remember that it was dangerous because I did it. They're all like, "Yeah, like he's finally doing it,"
but
and then
when
I
you
did it.
came
and They
out of
were
the
all like,
water.
"Whoa!" Everybody like the cheers went down. They all waited for me to come up.
Like, are you okay?
Yeah, it was very.
Did you hurt yourself?
No.
Did you know
but
you'd been in
close to the
danger?
rocks.
came close to the
Was
rock.
it only when you came up that you
No.
realized how bad it had been?
Yes, I didn't
Wow.
know. I had no idea that it was a bad one until I looked up and all their scared faces and the cheering was
We're
gone.
like, oh, you're fucking.
They were like, "Thank God thank God he's alive."
Dude,
energy.
fat kid stuff like that was the worst, dude. I was a fat kid too. I was hopping
Yeah.
fences. It was so
Yes.
embarrassing. And then another one was
Shirts off at the pool is nice.
shirts off in the pool's brutal.
Yeah.
We had this pool. My friend had a pool where there was like a little ledge that was like a foot and a half above the water line, and they would pull themselves up and just get out
Oh,
of the
no,
pool.
that's not for us.
In one, in one fluid
They're not like
motion.
us.
Yeah.
And they're not like us.
It's
dude.
like a muscle up.
Yeah, so they're doing that out of the pool, and they're all doing it and like jumping back into the pool in this kind of line, and I'm in the line, and what I have to do is hoist myself and put my leg over, and then like lift, get myself up like that. And one of my friends goes, "Jesus, do you have any upper body strength?" And I legit was like, "This is the first moment I remember wanting to kill myself." Like very vividly, I was like, "I'm going to end my own life."
Yeah,
I was 11
look,
years old,
many
like, yep.
such memories.
I was at a high school party and the police busted it, and I remember everybody took off running so that they wouldn't like bring us home to our parents. We were like 16.
Yeah.
But you run away, and I chose the direction I chose. The only other person who came with me was our most athletic friend.
Oh, no.
And he, in 2 seconds, scaled and hopped like a 12-foot fence, and he was on the other side going, "Come on, come on." And I'm drunk and fat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And I was at this point
Devastating
going,
combo.
just take me to prison. Just
Take
take
me
me to
away.
jail.
Did you manage
And
to magically get over that?
I
believe in
I
you.
landed nose first.
Oh.
Like my face hit before my hand.
Is that why you look Samoan now?
that's what did it. They gave me a Palomalu nose.
Now, hold on. How long does this podcast go for?
We should.
About an hour.
Well, we can
All right.
end
We'll
it.
wrap
We'll
things
take
up.
it.
We're doing a
quick break.
Patreon as well, though?
Yeah, if you'd
All
like
right.
to stay
I
up
would,
and
I would
on
love
Patreon.
to do that.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Come
What
see us
time
on
is
the
it? I need to
Patreon.
eat food. James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran plan.
Check them out. Go
Yeah.
see James on tour.
Go see James on tour, dude.
In January.
In January,
That's
Chicago.
It's so far away.
That's a good deal. You're planning it right. That's how you're supposed to plan it.
Well,
Too.
they'll follow you, and then they'll follow the podcast, and you'll keep telling them.
Yeah.
This is the first time they
Chip
hear you.
away
They're
at
gonna
the
tell them
ticket
it 4 or
sales.
5 times.
Chipping away.
Chipping away, dude.
People don't know what they're doing in 6 months. No. You can't make plans for 6 months.
No,
time.
But if the
No.
tickets are sold, they're sold.
Yeah, who cares
You
if
want
they
'em-
show up or
true.
not?
No,
Just
they
get
won't
those
show up.
numbers up.
Yeah, just get to bump these numbies.
I'm going to run up the numbers.
Yeah, and subscribe to our Patreon.
Patreon.com.
Make sure you do that.
Yes, please.
Patreon.com.
Rough week. Patreon.
Yes.
30 people?
30 $10. Or yeah, 30 people.
30 people.
30
That's
people right now.
strong.
30 people. 30
Good
strong.
start. Hey,
Shout out
that's
to the
better than I
weaklings.
thought we would do.
Yeah.
If that gets up to 50 this week, they'd be so happy. But
Yeah, I'd kill myself.
I'll jump off a bridge.
You can also on the Patreon. You can do whatever you want to us. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's we did.
What?
We added kind of a sexual humiliation thing to it,
Yeah.
where you could come to our house,
kiss us, you
could
can touch
fuck
us.
us in the middle of the night.
well, that's unnecessary because there are
We
there
want
are better ways to grow the Patreon.
No, we're showing our devotion.
No, yeah, we're just showing our devotion. To
I don't
fans.
think devotion is the verb. I think
Subordination.
humility, subordination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Devotion is love and respect, but asking someone to fuck you in the night, that's not respectful.
I'm
That doesn't make them a better person.
I'm in too deep on it now.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I want
You
it.
promised too much.
Do it.
All right, thanks, guys.